Hello, it's Celia Mutweningzingele again, a South African YouTuber, new at the YouTubing game. Please bear with me. My videos are not so professional, but I'm in the learning phase. So soon you will see some improvements. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new and you have just met this YouTube video, please don't leave. Keep on watching because this might be just fruitful to you or someone else that you know. And if you're coming back again, thank you so much. I appreciate your data and your time that you're spending on me and the love that you're showing me. Guys, remember after watching this video to like, to share, to subscribe, to set the notification bell, and what I love most is the comments on the comment section. I would love to hear from you. May I please get some reviews? I'm up for that. We are still on the topic of surviving life after breakups, and now talking to couples who are lucky to have children, and unfortunately they have to break up. The challenges that they may face in such conditions. We also need to look at that because there's a lot of aspects to this whole thing. When we meet with people, we meet with them under loving conditions, warm conditions, sparky conditions. Love is flowing, the emotions are flowing, love is in the air, we breathe the love and everything nice between, and the chemistry and all. Yes. Now, all those combinations many a times bring out the little lives in the form of children, 1, 2, or more. And then life happens after a while, and then people have to navigate their way out of relationships. Now, here's a problem. There is 2 people that do know that they don't belong together. They can't be here together. One must go left, one must go right. Now there are people or one person in the middle that feels like they are the reason why the other one is going left, the other one is going right. They are blaming themselves. And now they feel like, where do we go to? They feel like if they choose the other one, then the other one is going to be disappointed. If they choose mommy, then father will be disappointed. And sometimes they create their own world and their own truth or their own reality of blaming themselves to say, they split because of me. It could be your children, it could be 4 of your children. Each one of them can be alone taking responsibility for your breakup and saying they broke up because of me. Can we, particularly Black nation, because I'm not trying to be segregative here, I am trying to look at our realities here. Can we do better and sit with our children and have that habit of letting our children know what we do? We are splitting and it's not your fault. And we say it to the children in a way that they feel like, yes, they are assured it was never their fault. And can you also assure them that this will happen? We are going to split, and as we split, we love you. We both love you so much. Nothing changes between us and you. The only things that changed are between the two of us as adults. You as our children, nothing changes. Mama still love you the same way, my babies. Papa still love you the same way, my babies. Let the children understand that yes, we had one home that we were living in, but now there is a advantage of us living there and there. It's because now you're gonna have two loving homes. 1 week you can spend here by daddy, then other week you can spend there by mommy. Or you can spend one weekend by mommy, 1 weekend by daddy. And maybe all weekdays you can spend with mommy, but the first weekend will be for daddy, the second weekend will be for mommy. First holidays will be for daddy, and second holidays, school holidays, will be for mommy. Create some excitement out of a bad situation that is not all that's lost. You now gaining. Yes, you lost your home that you were used to, but now you're gonna have two homes. Like the love is spreading. Create that expression to children. As scary as it is to the two of you by the time you're saying it, but say it to the children as convincing as possible. Don't show them that you are scared at the decision that you have taken. Be assuring to the children for them, for their sake. Because definitely, whatever you feel right now, you are in a bad space, but you won't be feeling that way all the time. There will be a time when you feel much, much better. So create a better environment for your children. Now, it's not their fault that the two of you are having glitches. So you tell them that, and then you make them even choose where do you want to start, where do you want to visit first. Look, there are so many scenarios. Now, we do know that it's not in all cases where things can be worked out that simple. What happens in a case where now you are fighting? You're fighting for the children. The husband wants the children, the wife wants the children. What do you do then? That time now is the time when we have to include the children's court. We have a court that is called the Children's Court. Every magistrate court has got the Children's Court. And I'm talking here in respect of the South African courts. I have the South African court in mind, that most of our magistrates courts do have maintenance court, children's court, regional courts, magistrate courts for civil cases and for civil cases and for criminal cases. They've got different courts. But I do know that somewhere in Joburg there is a family court, specifically family court. So at the family court, that's where you'd find the I think the divorce court, the marriage court, and also you'd find you'd find the children's court and maintenance court. All these are found at the family court. So Joburg is one place that I know has got so many different courts. So each time I have to go to a court, it becomes a nightmare for me, because you've got to know exactly which one do you want. What is it that you're going to do there? Fine. But most cities have got one magistrate court, or even the high court at some point. Fine. You go there, you go to the children's court, and then you tell them that we are struggling on agreeing to the terms at which we need to see the kids. We are fighting for custody. We are fighting for primary custody, and we are fighting for the visiting rights and so on. They'll be able to mediate the two of you. They'll put the two of you. They'll also get input from the children via their specialists, people who are working with children in the children's court. They will take that into consideration. If still fails, it fails there, then they take you to what they call the family advocate. The family advocate is, for us in Gauteng, I know it is in Joburg, so I don't know about other cities. So the family advocate also makes sure that the child's interests are put far more than anyone's interests. They really do work for kids on behalf of the kids. That one I've seen firsthand. I have experienced it. They do a fair work. They interview everyone between the two of you, and they interview the children and come up with a conclusion. And whatever conclusion they come up with, the courts take it as the Bible as to what will happen to that family. Everywhere you go, you produce the report coming from the family advocate. You get to the family advocate only when things did not go well at the children's court. So that is it. And the family advocate will certainly decide what is best for the kids, and then from there. That happens only if the two of you are struggling with finding and mediating between the two as to what is best for your children, which is totally unneeded and unnecessary. But unfortunately, some conditions ask for that. So the children and the children's welfare is so important, guys. You are not the only one that is separating with your partner. The children are also temporarily separating with their father, or temporarily separating with their mother, depending where will they be. Because if they're gonna stay with you for this week, that week they don't get to see their father. If they are with their father, that week they don't get. So also their mental health gets affected. Their state of mind gets affected. You may see them drop at school. You may see them getting anger issues. You may see them starting trouble at school to a point where you are called because now they're beating someone. They keep taking out their anger on other children. Or now they don't do the homeworks. They are slacking. They are, even their marks are not so good. That should tell you it's time for the intervention. And we should not even wait for things to get there before we step up and help them. The minute you separate and there are children, part of the things, the arrangements should be that they also see a psychologist. And I do know that many of us don't even afford psychologists in this country of South Africa, but there are social workers that can recommend social psychologists, even though the list of psychologists at provincial hospitals take long, they are on queues, but they can try and put them on queues so that they get their turn. They can be so helpful. And if you've got medical aid, you are even lucky. Just arrange a session with a psychologist from your medical aid, or use your employer, what do you call this? Wellness plan. Many companies have got a wellness plan. So use the wellness plan even if the medical aid is finished, just to get your children to be coping with the whole situation. They would need someone that is neutral to tell how they feel, because they are afraid to say some of the things to you because they don't want to betray the other parent. They love the two of you. They may be afraid to totally tell the truth to the other or tell the truth to you. But social workers and psychologists are trained to find the truth from the learners, from the children, sorry. They are trained to get the truth from the children. They are dealing with these things every day. And they are also trained to give the children hope. In that hopeless situation, because the children will be feeling hopeless, they would renew the hope, and they also help the children to build their hope to a point where they look beyond what's happening now, but beyond into their futures. That they will get a chance to choose differently once they are adults. They must just focus on being the best just during this time that the two of you are having your dwindlings and your separations and maybe getting into other relationships. The children should just focus on their own path, which is cool at the time, and aim for the future where they will be able to control their own lives. So let's do that for our children, because really things are not so easy for everyone. Happy are those couples that get to decide to split up before they have children. Happy are them, even though they won't feel the happiness, but they do not know the dynamics and the jumble up that comes with having those emotions plus the children inside. So at least they are blessed that they can just decide, the two of them, to leave, but they will deal with sadness and depression and everything without the engagement of children as well. So yes, that's what I wanted to say on this aspect. Remembering that it's never easy, and because we do know that it's never easy, let us also support other people that we know are passing through the similar things. And some of the things happen to us so that we can be the strong pillars for others later on in life when the similar things are happening to others. So let's not be harsh to anyone, because another relationship will break up, but it won't break up with or under conditions that are similar to yours. So do not compare those people to you and say, how can you, for that minor thing, how can you? Whatever we say it's minor, to them it's big. They can't handle it. So allow people to be, just support them. Let us learn to support each other. That's what I learned from my journey. I learned to support others more than anything. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please share, subscribe, like, set the notification bell so that you can be among the first to see this. Please, if you came you came across this video for the first time, please subscribe, and please come back again. Thank you. Bye.